Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals, and you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Impact Wrestling? Let's make some noise!
This is the good stuff.
Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent, along with my co-host, Jaybone. Jaybone, say hello to the people.
What is up? Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everybody. We are here with the Impact Plus Weekly for May 31st, 2020. Jaybone, it's a crazy weekend in the world. In the world in general, the whole world, not wrestling. It's just the world is nuts. Well, we're here. We're here to take your mind off of it, guys, for a few minutes. You know, it's the Plus Weekly. There's a couple of things to talk about. Not a whole lot, but we figure we'll jump on here and we'll talk about it. Take your mind off some stuff. Jaybone, where the hell is Kyle? Where the hell is he today? What are we missing?
I don't know, but you know what? We know where he was. We know where he was last night.
He was somewhere last night. He ventured out into Long Island, and let's show him where he was. I late night, Jaybone. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. We got these videos sent over to us. Let's show people where he was last night. Go ahead and pull those up if you're ready. Let's see. Here we go. So if you guys look at the screen here, it's he tweeted it out from the show account at We Talk Impact on Twitter. Now you see here, and Jay, we can get this. Let me know when you get the sound in there.
Michael, pizza stop.
Okay.
I miss you. I want you to come back to Long Island. A pizza stop, all right? Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing? This is Michael, pizza stop. I miss you. I want you to come back to Long Island. A pizza stop, all right?
All right. So now here's a little background on this, Jay.
Here's this. Well, I gotta play this next. Okay, number one, Vince Russo loved the post.
Because
this is his old stomping grounds.
It's his favorite pizza joint in Long Island. On Long Island, yeah.
So then Kyle, trying to do plugs and stuff. He this next clip is even better. Hang on a second.
All right. Let's see. Okay, pull this up.
Rock Christ.
I'm going to cut it out. Russo's Brand Podcast. It's hysterical. This will be like bloopers. This will be funny. Okay. Russo's Brand Podcast.
Russo's Brand Rock Christ.
Yes. Perfect. Russo's.
There's a third one, isn't there? Is there a third one? I thought I saw 3.
No, that's
it. So, guys, just a little background. Kyle's a Long Island boy, like Vince Russo, right? And he asked Vince one time on Russo was broadcasting live on Twitch. He said, "Vin, what's your favorite? What pizza place did you grow up on? What's your favorite pizza spot?" And I guess it was called Pizza Stop. Is that right, Jaybone? Was it Pizza Stop?
Pizza Stop, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ronkonkoma, Long Island. Kyle went out there, talked to the gentleman. He said, "Hey, who's this for?" And he goes, "Vince Russo." He goes, "Oh, Vince Russo. I was here in those days." And he knew the guy. The guy knew Vince from way back in the day, and he got him to cut that video. So, Jaybone, the theory now is, guys in the chat, let's hear your predictions. And Jay, give me yours first. What Russo stomping ground is Kyle on tonight? Where's he at today? Is Vince Russo's old childhood bathroom? What's he looking at today?
Oh, that's a tremendous question. I have no idea. I mean, he's hitting pizza joints last night. Tonight, who knows? I mean, it's really not safe to be out. And I don't want to get into politics and everything else that's going on. But man, I just hope he gets his ass home and joins us here any minute.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, well, guys, we're here with you. Talk a little Impact Plus. There was a new Xplosion episode this week. We'll talk about that. I'll talk about a couple little news bits. Jay, news guy, you're the news guy. Let me start off with you. Anything you got to report? Anything to talk about that happened in the world this week, wrestling-wise? Let's take the people's minds off of all the stuff going on because it is wild out in my neck of the woods here.
Oh, it's everywhere, dude. It's I honestly I don't even know what to say about it. It's just it's sad. It's disheartening. All I can really say is I'm praying for peace.
We all are, man.
I'm not gonna go on the front lines and shake my fist in people's faces. I'm not gonna do stuff like that. But I'm sitting here from my phone and I'm praying for peace. That's what that's the biggest thing I can do, me personally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually right now. And it's
a tough time, guys. I live in a big city. Jaybone's right outside of a big city. For us, there's a lot going on where we live. There's a lot of chaos, and it's tough. So I just want to say to everybody, stay safe wherever you're at. I hope I'm hoping things calm down by tomorrow. It's been a very hectic, tense weekend. We went off of we went off of quarantine to this. It's like everybody was tense and. Goddamn,
it's like nobody gives a shit about COVID anymore.
I feel COVID, I was like I haven't seen a single headline about COVID now. It's incredible. It's like people just went off to I mean, this obviously it's topical, but man, it's scary. I mean, I live in Chicago. If you guys have seen the news, Chicago's a scary place right now. So I mean, I think we're on lockdown. The city is on a curfew as of right now till 6 a.m. to see if anything even calms down, guys. So we'll see where it goes.
Ditto with Milwaukee, and I mean, I live just outside Milwaukee in Waukesha, but
we're not going anywhere, guys.
I ain't going anywhere.
We're definitely not going anywhere. So we'll see, guys. Anyway, stay safe. But Jay, you got any news? Any Impact Wrestling news? I know we had a death just now. I just saw, not Impact related, but wrestling wise.
Oh yeah. I just saw that within the last hour. It was reported. I first saw it from you know what? I'm just gonna get off Facebook. I was gonna try to find the post. It's gone. I saw it from Lufisto. I saw her share it first, but I think it's G. I always screw this up. Is it GCW, CZW? One of those,
both,
one end or both of those.
Yeah.
Reported that a deathmatch wrestler, Danny Havoc, has passed away. No details, but rest in peace. I mean, and I don't want to. I don't want to embellish on it too much. I really don't know much about him, but I do know the name. So
he's I think Sami's one of Sami's biggest inspirations and friends. He was real close to Sami Callihan.
Okay.
There's a big Sami Callihan connection influence to Danny Havoc. Don't know any details, guys. You guys know anything about the guy? I wasn't too familiar with his career. So if anybody wants to share anything in the chat, we'll put it up for anyone to learn anything. Any suggestion on things we could check out for Danny Havoc, definitely let us know. But yeah, sad. I don't think he ever had an Impact run or anything like that. But he's still in the wrestling world, and we want to just acknowledge it. I'm just seeing the third Chuckle Bro saying his wife passed a few months ago too. That's terrible. Jesus, that's sad. That's real sad. I can't even.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah, that's real sad, man. Our hearts out to him, man, for sure. That really sucks. But yeah, our condolences to Danny and his friends, man. Anything else, Jay? Anything else going on in the wrestling world at all?
Yeah. Excuse me. That Impact, what's it called? Impact 60?
Impact in 60, I think. Yeah.
Impact in 60, Impact, whatever it's called. That new show it's coming. It's starting this week, I believe.
It's this week. After Impact this week, I believe.
So is it this week or is it the next week?
I don't know. So is Aftershock done? That's what I can't figure out. Are they killing off Aftershock already or what? Is that over?
You know what? Let me jump in the Impact Wrestling website. Oh, OVE has a new theme. That's kind of cool. It's a little bit of a remix from
It's what you tweaked out Sami and Fulton from the video. Obviously, clearly Samuel's in the video predominantly, so he's out. But yeah, I mean, is Aftershock finished now? Are we just going to the 60 program? I mean, have they announced anything? Or
here
what?
we go. I'll just do a little share screeneroonie here.
Yeah.
I found it on the.
All right, let's do that, and then I'll kind of verbalize it for anybody listening on audio, so they all know what's going on.
I'm not going to read the whole thing, but here this is from Impact Wrestling itself. They announced this a week ago or whatever it was. So AXS TV expands Tuesday nights with Impact Wrestling original series. Impact in 60, beginning June 2nd at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
All right, so that's TV, right after Impact, after the show ends. Yep.
Right. So it's right afterwards. So it'll give 3 full hours of Impact Wrestling, which, it's a lot. I don't think anybody was asking for 3 hours, but it's historical great stuff. Some of these, if you have, I'm not sure if they're putting out new content, making new Impact, because there's a lot of these that are already on the Impact Plus app.
Yeah, that's the thing. Those 60 shows are on the Plus app, but I don't think it's any new programming. I don't think so, at least. Or if it is, it's just new Impact in 60 recap shows. But
I think I watched part of this when it kicks off this Tuesday with the best of the Asylum years, highlighting rarely seen footage from the infancy of TNA. Hey, that's what we're covering, Trent.
That's what we're covering Monday nights on the channel right here.
With matches featuring former NWA heavyweight champions AJ Styles and Raven, among others. Let's see.
Right.
The June schedule also includes the X Division Championship. Okay, so that's June 9th. It's going to go X Division stuff. 16th with some other stuff. Okay, so they got the whole June schedule on the article here.
Okay, so check it out, guys. ImpactWrestling.com has a whole article laying out. But looks like Aftershock is over then. That lasted, 3 weeks? And it wasn't a bad concept, but it definitely was impeding on what we're trying to do.
The Aftershock, here, let me stop sharing this. The Aftershock is only on, YouTube and Twitch, I believe.
YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. It was going on. It's similar to what we do with our broadcast.
Okay, this Impact in 60 is only on AXS TV.
Yeah, just a broadcast.
So they could very well keep it on there, as in, it's kind of like to each their own. It's like, okay, if you have AXS TV and you want to watch these, you can DVR it if you want to. Oh, I don't want to miss the TNI guys.
Good point.
I'm just saying, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to DVR it, and then I'm going to also compare it to what's in the app already. And what I'm thinking about doing is, because we already cover a ton of stuff. I think I'm going to review it over on little old STP.
STP, which is back now, by the way. Which is good. So
Smash this podcast.
Smash this with your host. But so we'll see, guys. I mean, obviously there is some nice programming that's coming. At least look, it's something to keep going on the channel. You're watching Impact on AXS, leave it on for the third hour. You got stuff going on, give them the ratings. Obviously, catch up on stuff maybe you've never seen before. That's a good idea. That's a good way to do it. So do that. Do that. That's look, it's a nice growth in whatever it is, even though it's not new stuff, it's not anything too crazy, it's not a second show of new content. It's new programming. So it's good for the brand and as a whole. So definitely a big happy to see that. Cool. Mir Neeson says he just bought a TNI t-shirt. Thank you, Mir. Appreciate that. Jaybone, why don't you show yours off? Pull Mir's comment down so we can see your screen a little clearer. There you go. Look at that. Look what Jaybone's wearing, everybody. Total Nonstop Impact clothing.
I'll do a little sexy.
Yeah, we need the music, the modeling music. But the guys, you can pick up your own if you look at the bottom of your screen. I put the link up right there at the bottom of your screen. ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. 3 t-shirt designs available. 4th one coming soon. Definitely check that out. Get your own t-shirts. Everybody who's balling so far, thank you very much. It's really cool of you guys to pick one up. We appreciate it. It supports the show, shows your love. We really appreciate you guys doing that. So, all right, Jay, let's kick off the Impact Plus Weekly. Let's talk about Xplosion. We got there was a new Xplosion this week. Why don't you set it up for us? Let the people know.
Hang on 2 seconds.
All right. Well, I'll set it up if you're doing something. But Jaybone's having a technical meltdown. That's what I'm gonna call it.
I am.
He looks very concerned. But,
I'm always having technical thingies going.
New Xplosion match this week, guys, was Cody Deaner and Ethan Page. Singles match for Ethan Page. Where was this recorded? Was this in Canada? I'm trying to figure out where this match was recorded. Could you tell?
This is in Windsor. This is right before Hard to Kill. They either said it was right before or right after. I think it was. No, it was right after.
Okay.
So it was January.
It was January. Okay.
Yeah.
So this goes back. I gotta give it to him. Thinking ahead and having the stuff in the can has really benefited having Xplosion matches to air, even though some of them are really old and they're aged out. But man, it's been a heaven sent at least to have some new stuff to put on for Xplosion. But God, we got somebody coming in here, Jay. We got something. We're buzzing. We got the beep. Go ahead.
Oh,
mobile scum.
So mobile scum
in the house. We can't.
Can you see me?
Can't really see you too well.
I can hear you.
Dark.
Pop the interior. There we go. We good?
There he is.
What's up, motherfucker?
Where are we at? What are we doing here, Kyle?
What are you doing?
None of your business, Trent. None of your business. You know, I'm coming off a Tinder date here, man. None of your business.
Oh, really? He's got to be the only guy during
on wheels.
The only guy during during a pandemic, a lockdown, who's going on Tinder dates right now. Who the hell's dating you on Tinder right now? That's what I can't figure out.
Quarantine's almost over, Trent. Just about. I'm back to work. I keep telling you that. I'm back to work. I'm good. But Houston, we have a bit of a problem here, fellas. It's great that thanks to StreamYard technology, I'm able to podcast in my truck while I'm driving. That's fantastic, right? But
nice and safe.
Seems like we have a bit of a problem here in real time, fellas. Can you read that?
What do we got? We can't see what that says. Are you out of gas?
Can you read that?
I see service engine soon. That's all I can see.
Did you see low fuel?
Oh, Jesus.
The gas light's on, boys. The gas light's on.
So are you totally stuck yet? Or are you dry? Are you still moving? Are you still moving right now or what?
Well, we're on the way to the gas station, fellas. While I'm here live on the podcast, we're gonna hope that I get there. But we're definitely on the line there. We're on the red line, as you can see. We're on the fucking red line.
What we call in my neck of the woods, Jay, it's riding the fumes when you're just
yeah. Absolutely.
Man, all right. Well, typical scumbag move to be out of gas.
Absolutely.
Did you already drop her off, or are you on your way to the date right now? That's what I got to figure out. Are you running out of gas?
I just dropped her off. I'm on the way home.
All right. So at least he got through the date with gasoline.
Jaybone, let me get a soundbite. I can't control any sound bites from the truck. Let me get a Jiminy Christmas or something.
Jiminy Christmas.
That
hit me with the soundbite, Jay. I don't got the control. Hit me with something.
I got it. Here we go. Go ahead, Jaybone. You get
Jiminy Christmas. There you go.
That's right. Good work.
Classic. That is definitely a Jiminy Christmas. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But
what are we gonna do with you? What are we gonna do with you?
I don't know.
This guy's such a fucking louse, man. JBone is worthless. I plant the soundbite in the bin and tell him I got one funny in there, and this fucking moron hits the Jiminy Christmas. This guy is fucking worthless, Trent.
You mean?
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
I dug up a high school pick. You guys told me I had to dig up a high school pick. That's go back in the 10th grade. Hit that again, Jay. Hit it again.
You know what you're starting to sound like?
I'm an upstanding citizen. I'm an upstanding citizen. I'm an upstanding citizen.
I am an upstanding citizen, Jay. Absolutely. But yeah, I dug up a high school pick. You know, you guys told me I needed one. So,
show him that pic one more time. Then I'm done with you, Kyle. Then I'm out of here. Then you're gonna cut this.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
High school was a good time, man. That's the problem. You guys are a bunch of wrestling geeks pretending to be cool. I'm cool pretending to be a wrestling geek. I was out and about in high school. That's 10th grade. What were you doing in 10th grade, Trent? I was drinking 40s.
You don't want to know, kid. You know, I'll run circles around you. I'll run circles around you.
You were playing Dungeons and Dragons. You were with Jay playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I'll turn you into an octagon. I'll run so many circles around you. Don't worry about that.
I was pimping looking like this.
Jiminy Christmas.
and Trent was pimping looking like this.
Disco fever, disco fever, disco fever. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
Listen,
fun.
you know how many chicks love disco, Kyle? You know how many chicks love disco?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Well, you know, once Alicia gets comfortable, her high school pick's coming, man. The high school pick's going to keep rolling.
Absolutely.
We're going to have the wrestlers that we interview bring us a high school pick when they come on for the interview. You know, we'll screen them first. And, like, hey, you know, you want to get interviewed, you got to play ball with the TNI crew.
All right. Yeah, listen, if they'll do it, we'll play ball.
It'll be like with Alicia, it'll be like a picture with her in pigtails and braces or something awesome like that.
I think she's what? She's been out a month, right? I think it's time to ask for the high school pick. I think the probation period's over. Probation period's over. Guys.
If you think she's getting comfortable, then it's almost time, you know, for her to start taking the bumps, if you will, because you know we're always getting kicked in the balls.
I think
she's got to get kicked in her lady balls.
I think it's about that time. You got to take the bumps. But all right, let's do it, man. So all right, Kyle, we're about to talk about Xplosion. Did you are you at the gas station yet, or what? We already set up the news with everything else. We're jumping into Xplosion.
You know, I'm just about 2 minutes away from the gas station. The truck has not started shaking or anything. Fellas, have either of you ever ran out of gas before?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, because you know, I never, you know, back in the day, I didn't have a thing called Tinder. It's called I went to the chick's house, fully gassed up, did my thing, and went home and still had a full tank of gas.
Yeah, JBone rode his GoPed. JBone rode the GoPed around town with that Danny Tanner mullet. Hit it one more time for me, Jay. That Danny Tanner Steve Urkel special.
Jiminy Christmas.
Should have had your own sitcom. Should have.
I don't think we want to talk about Jay driving. We went down that road already. Let's not talk about Jay.
I ran somebody over in the Checkers drive-thru. I've contacted the Wisconsin Police Department, and we're looking into things.
All right, well, listen, Jay. Jay, you put that on yourself, brother. You put that out in public on yourself, man. I can't.
This is why I shouldn't drink on here.
He's at a gas station, everybody. He made it. All right.
Yay!
Well, let's compare gas prices, fellas. Let's compare.
Oh, he froze. He's out. Cut his. I didn't have to cut his mic. He cut it for himself. Over. Boot him, Jay. Boot him out of the room. Let's get out.
And he's
out of here. The hell with him.
He's out of here.
All right, guys. Ethan Page, Cody Deaner. It was great timing for this match, Jay. This is great timing. They just had the big feud on Impact. We had the Deaner compound match. Not a bad time to bust this one out of the. Not a bad time to bust this one out of the vault. I think it was a pretty fun match, pretty standard. You know,
My only constructive criticism on this is they should have shown this one last week, prior to all the compound stuff.
Wasn't last week's dates with the Xplosion release? Was that the one, or was it the week before that was kind of like a little screwy? Was that the week before? I can't remember. We had 1 week where there was released like a day later or something, right? What was that one?
The weird thing about this is this was released the day after we did the last one, but the date is the date before it. So it's all weird. It's, you know, it came out the 25th. It's dated the 23rd. We did ours on the 24th.
It's been a little weird. Dates were a little weird, guys. But either way, I guess this is a trick. If you're trickling it off of Tuesday, this one kind of works too. But pretty fun match. Deaner wins this one though. Surprising win on this one. You don't see Cody Deaner winning a lot of solo matches for a while. I can't remember the last one he won, but it's kind of fun. He's a fun dude.
This was goofy. It's I just love Ethan Page. He's such a good heel because he's just obnoxious as hell. You know,
He is.
you know, he's kicking Cody's ass outside of the ring, and Global Wars just downloaded a Disco Fever song.
we sold our Disco Fever single with that.
We're starting Disco Fever again, Trent. What do you think, dude?
Basically. You know, Ethan Page, people forget Ethan Page. He's a big solo wrestler too. He has a huge solo career that he does a lot. So he's out there a lot solo.
Yeah, him kicking Cody's ass outside of the ring, sticks his face in the camera and says, "Wasn't that amazing?"
No, he's a real accomplished solo wrestler. He's got a lot of stuff he does on his own too. So it's always weird when I see him do a solo match for Impact. We're just so used to him being part of the North. So it's always interesting when you see that. But very cool, fun match. Cody gets the win on this one. Definitely just furthering this little feud and whatnot. So coming off this week, maybe wrapping up the whole thing. Not a bad thing to wrap the whole week up with. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Beyond the ring. Kylie Rae with David Penzer. And I thought it was one of the best ones that they've done. It was long, Jaybone. It was nice and long.
They took their time with it. David Penzer actually interviewed Kylie Rae and asked her some deep questions that I don't think a lot of Impact fans knew. I mean, there's Impact fans that follow the indies very closely, I'm sure, that know exactly who's coming up and who's ready and who's going to get signed soon. And I'm sure there's Impact fans that watch the weekly show and really don't know much else beyond that. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So This interview was perfect for the people that really didn't know much about Kylie Rae. It was a lovely little introduction to her.
What was the one thing that stuck out to you that you learned about her that you might not have known?
I didn't know where she got her training from. I mean, I've seen matches from like YouTube, but I really never known where she got her training. And she said she got her training from she did some Chi-Town training for a couple of years, and then she was also in Reality of Wrestling. That's Booker T's thing down in Texas.
Yeah, she trained in Chicago with Bryce Benjamin, who's a trainer up here. I seen him a bunch. He wrestled for AEW early days, and then he trains now. And she went down, to Houston, wrestled for Booker T. What I learned about her, which I never knew, and I know her. I didn't know she took her 2.5 years to get her first match. That's pretty cool. So she did that, and then she came up. She gave an AEW a shout out. She wrestles for Freelance and AAW in Chicago, champion in both. She is Chicago's girl. I'm telling you guys, the pop she gets in Chicago is something else. What we do with her between the two companies, like she's primarily Freelance, and then she wrestles for AAW as well. Between the two companies, she's booked very differently. She's primarily in our women's division, obviously in AAW. Freelance, she wrestles for they do intergender a lot. She's been their heavyweight champion, so she's more like. She's definitely a freelance girl. She's as her boyfriend Isaiah is also there. He's a wrestler there as well. So obviously there's more connection on the freelance side of things. So like I said, we run out of the same building, which is funny. We were on the same building, two different worlds. AAW and freelance in Chicago are two completely different worlds, but kind of coexist in that sense. We cater to two different types of wrestling.
Yeah, so, that's nothing wrong with that. It's all just good independent wrestling trying to survive.
Yeah, we have
Chicago's loaded.
We're competitors, but we have a peace agreement, at least in the sense we also share the same building, which makes it kind of weird, but it's funny in that sense. But like I said, Kylie, but that was a great interview. I love Penzer doing this. I'm cool with Penzer doing this. And I like how long it was, Jay. Can we keep it that long? It was very informative.
Yeah, it was. All right, just reading some stuff here. Yeah, he took his time with it. My only constructive criticism on that is I would have put him in a better a place with better audio. Because it seemed like maybe something like there was too much stuff going on around him, which sometimes drowned out Kylie if she spoke a little softly, or if David spoke a little softly. I would have put him in a little more intimate place where not so much, not so much going on around him. But other than that, it was a great segment. I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it. I definitely somewhere with a little better audio would be nice. But there's something to learn from that. Obviously, I'm sure they put it together. But I'm down. If Penzer's sticking around, I am down for Penzer to keep doing these and keep them that long. 10 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever it was. Let me at least.
It was a while. Yeah, it wasn't just, boom, 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 which, a variety is fine, depending on what they're doing. If they just got a quick bang out a quick, hey, hello, your thoughts on this, thanks for coming, whatever,
Yeah. But I like the idea. If we're going to go around the ring, let's go around the ring and really get in depth on these things. Let's talk about it. Let's get some time. And Global Wars is calling you out, Jaybone. Let's read that out.
He says no. Say no to beer. Say yes to lollipops. Well, look, this beer is almost done. So yeah, I'll crack a lollipop just for you, Mr. HD. I will. Let's see what we got here. You got
to keep in mind, gentlemen. We have to do the TNA throwback show tomorrow, and then the big show, the main show, Tuesday, where we co-stream and then broadcast. We're on for like 4 hours on Tuesday. The guy can't blow the lollipop load on the Impact Plus Weekly. This is a quick show. It's like a 30-40 minute show. So that's about it. So we can't blow the load on this, Jaybone. Take it easy with the lollipops, all right?
It's okay. It's okay. I went from Pabst beer to root beer.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, cool. Fine. But guys, he needs to keep the lollipops for the weekly shows. We got some big stuff coming up this week, so we got to take it easy. But all right, Jim, anything else? We got, do you want to cover? You want to mention what the other parts of the show were, the flashback aspects?
Oh, the flash. See, I know some people don't like the flashbacks and they don't appreciate them, and that's fine. To each their own. They like to watch the new stuff and then they cut out. That's fine. That's whatever. But I like these because there's a lot of these that I did watch back in the day, and I just don't remember how good some of this stuff was. This match was great. This was from Sacrifice 10 years ago, 2010. Wow. RVD was world champ. You got remember that when RVD was world champ? That was kind of cool.
10 years ago, man. TNA champion.
This is when they were certainly getting a little more mainstream. I think this was part of the Hogan era. Ric Flair was there with AJ Styles. AJ Styles was gunning for the TNA championship. Just the fact that Flair was there. AJ Styles, just not to talk that much about the match because it was really slow paced, in my opinion. I'm not saying it was crap. I'm just saying it was really slow paced. It was not your typical what Trent and I usually talk about on the Monday Night Throwbacks. If AJ Styles is in a mix with, say, Kid Cash or Jerry Lynn, it's usually borderline insanity. This was a lot more slowed down, a lot more psychology thrown in. Some Ric Flair chaos. This was I enjoyed it. It was different. It was not what I expected. I completely forgot how slow this pace was.
Crazy to think, right? And we're watching the TNA throwback stuff, and this is AJ 18 years ago, Jay, and he's out of his mind on speed. But again, this is 10 years ago. So I mean, he was definitely a different style. So I'm one of those people. Like, I've seen these matches. It's nice to relive them once in a while, but especially if we're doing the throwback show, depends how much time I got. I'll watch them. And then they show a recap match from this week's Impact Wrestling, which was Elgin and Sami. That's what they ended up showing. Actually, it wasn't from this week. That
the week prior.
Week.
Yeah, it was just highlights from the week earlier. They showed the last part of, it was like 3-4 minutes of not even 5 minutes of Elgin versus Sami, which was great. Which Elgin came out on top. There's something brewing there. It's not just the tournament. I think there's something brewing there because then Sami showed up last week.
Sami showed up and cost Elgin that match last week. So there's some interesting shit going on here, guys. The Sami and Elgin feud is absolutely not over. So we'll see. But that was Impact Plus Weekly this week. We covered a little news. This is the weekly, the Plus Weekly show. So we're not going to be here too long, guys. Just a couple more minutes. Let's go ahead and call any comments. Anything you guys want to just mention in the chat before we get out of here? Because that's all this week. We just cover Xplosion, little news, talk about T-shirts. What do we got in there, Jay?
Hakeem asked something earlier.
Okay. I got it right here. I'll pull it up.
He did a couple here.
I got one. How about this one?
That's fine. He asked a bunch of them. Hakeem, okay. You're just you're on fire tonight,
dude. Hakeem's the guys. If you have not read his articles, he is incredible. The stuff he puts out, his lists. He makes you think and remember a lot of stuff. Hakeem, in the chat, please put your Twitter handle as well. I want people to go ahead and follow you because he posts his articles and he also posts them in comments on our YouTube link here. So if you ever want to get to him, go to the YouTube comments.
Yeah, they're good stuff. So we're like, hey, yeah, if it helps bring eyes to your stuff, go ahead, drop it in the comments. We're good with that. Some people would frown on that, like, oh yeah, you let him plug in his stuff. No, it's good stuff. So it's his family, so it's all good.
Absolutely not. No, his great articles are great. And guys, you ever retweet his articles, tag Impact, let them know he's doing some really good write-ups for them. So they should know what he's doing. But go ahead, question here, Jay. Go ahead and read that out.
So who do you think is the best performer world champion in TNA Impact Wrestling history, and who is the worst?
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
Oh,
man. Best and worst, huh? Makes you think. Man. I got to say, for his credit, I think Kurt Angle was a great champion for Impact Wrestling. Honestly, I think he was probably... In my opinion, I think he was such a great hood ornament champion for Impact for the years. He was there for many. We forget how long Kurt was in Impact. He was there for a long time.
He was in TNA Impact longer than he was in WWE. I think people forget that too.
And I think, to be honest, I think he really was a great champion for Impact. Worst though, that's a good question. Worst, I'm gonna say. Only because the reign wasn't much because of how short it was, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I'm going to say Chris Sabin. Not that I hate Chris Sabin. I just didn't think his title reign meant anything because it was kind of in the middle of stuff. What are you going to say, Jay?
So, yeah, I knew. I had a feeling you were going to say that. And I would say the exact same sentiments, as in it wasn't long enough, kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it didn't last long enough, but I have a different name with all those same sentiments.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Ken Anderson.
Another one. Hey, one of your boys. One of your Wisconsin boys.
Exactly.
I know you took that one personal. You know what I always hated about Anderson's title reign is that they screwed him so bad on the belt. He beats Hardy, and he had to carry around the Hardy belt for so long. Why?
And then he got big. Didn't he lose again to Hardy like a month later or something?
Yeah.
He lost it. He lost it back to him. And then Hardy, he was so messed up at the time, and it would just became, you could have had a really nice run with a great wrestler / promo guy like Ken Anderson. And then Jeff Hardy just went and became one of the biggest train wrecks in TNA history. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say the guy's garbage or something. He's got his demons, and he's come back, and he's better now, over the years.
Unfortunately not. That's the problem. Unfortunately, he's not better.
No, I mean, like this in this moment, like he's fought a lot of stuff since, but I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I never understood why they had Anderson walk around with that belt. I'm like, it was kind of an insult to me. I'm like, you have him walk around with this belt for what? It didn't make any sense. But yeah, I'm with you though, Jay. His title reign meant very little, and he had two of them. I think he's a 2-time champion, and the guy didn't get a fair shake on that belt. On that run. I know you take that personally, Jay. He's from Go ahead and say it, Jay. Where's he from, Jaybone?
He's from. Oh, I can't tip my mic upside down.
You gotta
Wisconsin.
Green Bay, Wisconsin. He was a two-time champ. Somebody confirmed. I thought he held it twice. I recall it being a two-time run. Maybe I'm wrong, but go ahead. Let's give another one. That was fun. Let's give. What else does Hakeem have up here? Question-wise, let's give him one more, and then we'll get out of here.
There was one earlier. Give me.
Oh, here we go. I got it.
You got it. You found it. Okay.
Here we go. What do you guys think of Ric Flair's time in the company? Good or bad? This is an interesting question. This is a debatable question.
Yeah, I'm over it when it comes to. I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, he retired in this company and then showed up in here and then wrestled. It's like, you know what? The guy's got 15 alimonies. He's got more alimonies than he has championship reigns, for Christ's sakes. The guy's got to pay bills. So yeah, you know what? He left WWE. He had a chance to make some money in TNA, and he took the chance and he did whatever. So you can criticize him all you want. You can judge him all you want. The guy's got to make money. Wrestlers got to make money. They got to make a living. So it's like, I enjoyed it. I think it was great that he put over, the OG crop of TNA and made a kind of a new 4 horsemen out of it. I dug it. Some people were critical
I love Fortune.
of it.
I love Fortune. I have a Fortune.
Thank you. I couldn't remember what they were called.
I'm a big fan of. I thought it great faction. If they put all the gear behind it, it could have been huge. It could have been huge. I loved Fortune. It was the best collection of guys you could ask for. But go ahead, finish your thought, and I got my thought on this. Go ahead.
And it also came out with some of the best comedic moments in TNA history. God. The stuff between him. And I don't know if you mentioned it in the sacrifice. I talked about it a little bit in the sacrifice match here from this past Xplosion. Lethal comes out at the end, and I think that was the week before. I'm guessing was when all of the big woo off between Lethal and Flair, which was some of the best comedic stuff in TNA history.
And some of the best stuff to come out in the last 10 years in wrestling promo history is the Jay Lethal Ric Flair standoff. I mean, come on, like it gets talked about to this day, gets circulated. His run at Impact was not bad. Honestly, it really wasn't. I know people are like, oh, he wrestled again, even though he retired. That part I see like, you cannot keep Ric Flair from a ring. He would lace him up right now if the money's right. No question. He's the guy, it's in his blood. He's as old as my father, but it's in his blood.
He just re-signed with WWE. He's going to be there for life. The guy's going to be involved somehow, some way forever.
He had some fun. Backstage, there was some up and down. I know some incident in Ireland happened, whatever, but look, he had fun. He was there think about it, the endorsement he gave to a lot of our young guys at the time. And having him there, he had some fun promos in Impact. A lot of fun promos. Had some good had some fun, goofy matches, but fun promos. Managing the stand. I mean, you had at one time, you had Sting, Flair, and Hogan in the same room on certain promos. That's pretty cool. That's we crazy. Get that too.
That's big.
It's cool that we got that in Impact. I love it. Fortune, I think, was a little mishandled. I mean, we mentioned the critical Sting mentioned it was Fortune had 6 people in it. Yeah, it was Fortune, but it was 6 people. It was really off, in that sense. I never got it. They were booking some weirdness, and I know Nigel McGuinness, I had some of the people in the chat are mentioning Nigel, who is one of my favorite people in wrestling, one of my dear personal friends. I love Nigel, known as Desmond Wolfe at the time.
That's what I couldn't remember what they called him.
Yeah, he was kind of like the Fortune outcast, and like you had Beer Money in there, AJ. I mean, it was kind of mishandled in that sense. Fortune, again, I don't think they put enough fuel behind Fortune. It should have been given a real big run. It had some highlights for sure, but it was just Hogan Bischoff, Immortal era going on. It was a big mess around there. So, that's what it was.
I think it was just too many egos running the show again. I think there's a lot of politics that just.
I might not have lollipops, but I'm definitely popping a lifesaver. I'm going to start doing. I got a bag of lifesavers over here.
Is that those super minty ones? You can like smell them down the aisle at the grocery store.
I don't know. It's not that strong. I'm gonna have it though.
Because I know it used to be a small back in the day, and we'd crack open a box of those to put on the shelf. The whole aisle would smell like winter green.
It is a winter green. It's not that strong, but we'll see, man. Look, it had Phantom's Wrestling Phantom has it. You had AJ Daniels feud coming out of that. Daniels Kazarian teaming, Rude and Storm. A lot came out of Fortune. I just wish Fortune itself had a strong run. You know, and a real they really got to like go balls to the wall on it. So I love Nigel McGuinness though. His debut against Kurt Angle was phenomenal, and he had I think his run was great. He got the injury that happened and the sickness that happened that led to a lot of the downfall for his career at the time. If you guys have not seen the Last of McGuinness documentary, I highly recommend it. I think he's selling digital downloads of it still. You can still find it. Last of McGuinness. It's great. Very heart-wrenching. And that was kind of the catalyst to him and I becoming personal friends. I was a big fan of his in Ring of Honor, Impact. Then we became personal friends because of some content. If you guys want me to talk about that, it's a very nice little story, connection to me and Nigel McGuinness. But
nice.
I love to talk about it. So maybe we'll talk about next week's Impact Plus if people want to hear that story. But I highly recommend go out of your way, guys, find that documentary. But Jay, we got anything else to talk about? Anything else?
Here's a nice little question here from Humble Beast. By the way, thank you, Humble Beast, for all your purchases.
He picked up a shirt too.
Yep.
Thank you, brother.
He's sporting that fresh STP gear as well. And so this is, what do you guys think about Sabin being backstage at the new tapings? Well, from what I heard, he's a producer. I haven't heard anything else, and we don't know spoilers match wise at all. But so hey, if he's there, whatever his contribution is to the current product, I trust him. I think it's great.
He is a producer. He's an agent. He was at Hard to Kill. We were hanging out backstage. I was talking to him at Hard to Kill. So he's there. He's healing from a knee injury. He was supposed to wrestle back at the TNA reunion show, as they did put that out there. I'm not spoiling anything with that. But I'm a big fan of Impact Legacy talent being producers of the company. I'm a big fan of that. I think you have an investment in the company. You are part of the building block of the company. You should be a part of what builds it today. And I think he's a great person. I mean, he's the X Division legend, former world champion, tag team champion. The guy absolutely should be there. So I'm fine. Chris Sabin, absolutely, please, and more. Keep more coming back to do those jobs. That's who you want. That's who you want, man. So Paul Nelson, yes, it is a White Sox t-shirt, Paul Nelson, yes. But yeah, no, he's a good dude, man. Sabin's cool. Big Chicago connection too. For a long time, wrestled here in the Indies before my time at AEW. So he was definitely got a good soft spot in the heart for Chris Sabin for sure. Any other questions, guys, or we'll jump out of here? We try to keep the Plus Weekly to 30 to 40 minutes, but I love talking to you guys. So 48 minutes is not bad. But what else we got, Jay? Anything else we got to talk about?
Look, I don't think so. Other than no, the new one that's coming out this Tuesday, is that from the new tapings, or is that one last one from
the last tapings, and then we got new tapings coming up. Basil was down there. No spoilers. I talked to him the whole time we were down there. I have there's no spoilers. I asked him. I said, "Don't tell me anything. I don't want to know shit. Don't tell me anything. I need to watch this as a fan." We talk a little personal stuff just as far as like the boys and our friends and whatnot, but definitely no spoilers of the show. So I'm not giving anything away. Guys, all he said was great stuff. There's great stuff been taped. So we're in for a very, very, very good set of tapings here. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, so we know that the tag champs were at this one. We saw that.
Yep. Tag champs were there.
Jordan was there.
Everybody was there. Everybody was there except Tessa.
Except for Tessa.
Right. Tessa could not get out of Mexico. So, guys, just a heads up. Tessa could not get out of Mexico, and Daga as well. So, they're still in Mexico, but everybody else is there. So, Moose is the real world champion, and he's there. So great stuff. I mean, look, restrictions are easing up around the country, guys. So people were able to get there more. Curve has been flattened a little bit. So we are at the point where people felt a little safer going. So we'll see what happens, man. But everything was good. We got some good. I mean, Basil told me good stuff coming up. Paul Nelson wants to know what's Kyle checking. What anything new? Did he report back? Did he get gas? We got nothing on Kyle.
He got gas, but he lost his signal. That's when we cut him out. Then yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. 50 minutes in. Let's go ahead and call it a day. Guys, don't forget to follow the show on all social media at We Talk Impact. On all social media, We Talk Impact on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Also, remember, you could take the show on the go with you wherever podcasts are found. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify. You name it, we're on it. JBone, you got go ahead and plug your social media real quick before we get out of here.
You can find me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling. I'm putting the finishing touches on the Jacked Up Jukebox. That's coming back soon. Just got some great news I'm going to break on there. Well, not like it's exclusive or anything, but, I love talking about music. So that's coming back this week.
Anything else?
Nothing else. So you can find Smash This Podcast on the Instagram, the Twitter box, and on the Facebook. So make sure you hit them all up. And I try to keep them all. I mean, I plug my videos on the Facebook and the Twitter box, but my Instagram is usually me sitting there watching wrestling with one of my cats. So I try to keep it different, a little bit goofy, little.
If you guys like Jaybone and cat photos, follow them on there. But all right, guys, don't forget, we'll be here tomorrow night with the TNI throwback episode number. We'll be on Jaybone number 27, week number 27. We're in 2003 officially as of tomorrow.
Oh, it's the first show of 2003. Yeah, episode number 27.
NWA TNA number 27.
Are we joined by?
Well, the SATs guys are going to be joining us tomorrow. So, Jay, we're going to get them the link.
I wasn't sure if we were ready for that or okay.
No, we're good. We're going to set them up tomorrow. So, guys, the SATs of NWA TNA fame are going to be joining us on the show for like the first, let's say 20 minutes or so. We'll just talk to them for a little bit. Then we'll jump into the review. So, guys, the Spanish announce team, the SATs will be joining us. Not Red, just Joel and Jose Maximo will be joining us. And that'll be tomorrow night. And then Tuesday night, big night, co-stream of the Impact Wrestling weekly show. Then we're going live 30 minutes after the show ends with the main show. And we'll be joined by Larry Dallas. Will be a guest reviewer with us on Tuesday. Larry Dallas of Busted Open Radio fame and several other independent promotions, Evolve, you name it. He's done a lot of stuff. So Larry Dallas will be with us Tuesday. So, all right, Jay, that'll be it. Get ready to hit that outro. Guys, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. Stay safe out there. It's a little crazy in Chicago. I'm hearing stuff outside. Nurse Nicole just texted me. Things are a little nuts out here. So we're going to cut it off here. But, guys, everybody stay safe where you're at. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, NWA TNA number 27. Good night, everybody.
See you, folks.
See you later.
This is the real Impact Wrestling World Champion, Big Michael Elgin, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals. And you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to